Ladders. When setting up your ladder on a rooftop, ensure that you have at least 3 rungs or 3 feet above the gutter line. When setting up a ladder on the ground, ensure that it is indeed level to the manufacturer's specifications to walk up and down the ladder. Use one hand at all times while traversing up and down the ladder. Ensure that you are facing the ladder when traversing it. When you have a ladder that cannot be 3 feet above the roof line, you have to ensure that you have a rigid hold onto the structure that prevents the ladder from being kicked out or jostled. You can achieve this a multitude of ways. If there are gutter helmets on top of the gutter, then you must get creative with the different styles and types of attachments that you use. This style of attachment is for exposed beams, rafters, and tails coming out from underneath of the soffit or eave line. Notice how you strap it onto the ladder. You're going to want to make sure you strap it on tightly as possible. And always perform a dummy test on the ladder, moving it from side to side or jostling it to see that it indeed stays in place. The ladder straps for the top of the roof are packaged as so. Ensure that you follow the manufacturer's recommendations for any of these products you utilize to attach the ladder to the structure to keep it from moving. If you can, attempt to have it in the center of the ladder rung. Prior to anchoring down your apparatus with a fastener to the rooftop, gauge the area you want to fasten it to. If your ladder anchor is going to spend quite some time on the rooftop and you don't plan on taking it down right away, you're going to want to have it sandwiched in between the shingles if feasible to ensure that water does not penetrate through your fastener. Take great care and time peeling the shingle tabs away from one another to expose that dead void space in between. Once you have a sufficient amount of room to securely anchor your device, think about the exact positioning where you want the device to be. Think about how water flows down the roofing system. And lastly, attach your anchor point and then securely cinch it up. And as always, perform a dummy test prior to traversing from your ladder to your roof. As a recap, you want to ensure that you're using the correct style and type of ladder from the manufacturer for your weight rating. Your weight rating is going to be determined by your weight along with all of your gear and tools you have with you. Ensure proper footing and proper leveling. The proper level should be horizontal. When carrying a ladder, you can use the balancing method to ensure that the ladder does not sway side to side or fall. By having one arm through a rung to hold the bottom base, and you have your opposite arm as high as you can to counteract the swaying. If you're using multi-positioning ladders such as these, ensure that all of your connections are properly secured prior to moving around or traversing the ladder. Always performing your proper visual inspections on your ladders and any moving apparatuses and pieces. If moving a ladder horizontally, lifting with your legs and not your back, and having proper weight distribution with your arms spread out will greatly increase the stability of the ladder while you're moving it horizontally. When setting up your ladder in different areas, always ensure proper footing and leveling of your ladder. If your ladder is equipped with a system that levels it, ensure that all the working mechanisms and pieces are properly secured in place. If you can, attempt to quarantine off the area around the base of the ladder. This way others know that it is there, and you lower your risk and liability levels for potential mishaps.